Hey, Decathlon Gamer, welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2020. This is All-Rounder episode number 31. Our opening race of this episode is a sprint, and I've been given the assignment of puncher, so I'm actually getting a chance to sprint it out for the finish of this one. I only had 2 sport riders, but here in the closing few kilometers, that has gone up dramatically to that point now where with 5K to go, I've still got 2 lead-out riders. We're already in that prime position. You brought me forward. Brandebo back. Vermiltfort is here as well, so these guys are going to give me a pretty solid lead-out. Doesn't mean I'm going to win. I'm not a sprinter, but could I hang on to potentially a top 5 in this one? I think so. Moback, there we go. Moback, let's go ahead and make that a 99. Not full sprint just yet, though. Around the corner. Alright, there's that finish pretty much straight on from here. Alright, Miltfort. 2.2k. That is just a hair early, I think. We can put you on Transcend.
There we go.
And sprint.
The riders are setting themselves up.
Go. His sprint capability has left me in the dust ever so slightly, so let's wait until we close him down. Oh, it's a little uphill as well. Now we sprint it out, final 800 meters. There go the actual sprinters. This is still going to be a good result. It's top 10 anyway.
Superb sprint.
Odeg for the win, Van Poppel, Hermans. 9th place. Not bad considering my base attribute is under 70 on the sprint. The lead out was certainly good, but those real sprinters just flew right past us. So that last race was Jean-Pierre Monsieur. This one, Dorpen Omloop Rookfen. Minor classics, mostly continental riders around. So it does increase our odds a bit. The pure sprinters last time were a bit too much for me. This race, though, it's a lot of minor undulation, including right at the finish. Little uphill finish. That increases my odds significantly to the point where my team expects me to finish in the top 5 today as puncher. Arnsman has crashed out. It was pouring at the beginning of the race. There's the finish right there. I don't like my chances, though, not because of the race or the competition, but because of my race day condition is atrocious. A -5 today. I didn't just wake up on the wrong side of the bed. I woke up on the wrong side of the county. It was bad. The hotel room must have been to blame for that. Maybe somebody made a major error in our arrangements, but here we are. 81 riders chasing 14. And I have 2 support riders. At least Lewis is a +3, and they do have a decent sprint. That's what I'm going to need because that little punchy finish, it's only the last couple hundred kilometers. Couple hundred meters, not kilometers. It's been a long day. I'm wrapping up licensing for those who know and have followed the channel for a long time. My wife and I own a daycare. You used to hear it quite frequently, but I moved out of my office and moved into a little cove tucked in over the garage to where it's not so noisy. Anyway, we are expanding the in-home daycare to the maximum capacity allowed in the state, and hiring our first employee, and it's kept me very busy the last couple of weeks dealing with all of the paperwork. Oh my goodness, if you yourself have ever dealt with that, the U.S. is so huge on paperwork. Forms here, forms there, forms everywhere. These agencies don't cooperate terribly well with one another, and you have to do everything individually. The bureaucracy is a mess. At the moment, we have 27 riders now as the field is starting to split off. partially from fatigue, partially from as we just had a fall right behind me. That was right behind me. They were there in an instant, and a moment later they were gone.
It's a shame,
so that is
several riders are on the
certainly
ground,
worthy of note. Unfortunately, Van Empel now the only rider with me, and he's got to keep going. We've got to chase down those 14 that are away. Let's hold our position. It's unfortunate we lost Lewis because Lewis was my best ally for the day.
Somebody's taking a tumble in the main.
At least I'm still fresh. This little undulation is not affecting me despite the low stamina resistance today. We're now at 35, chasing 14 as one group made contact again. Lewis is that next group on the road, but there's only 6 of them trying to chase us down. And we are definitely riding pretty quick. Let's make sure we don't get dropped from some sort of attack here. 1 minute. Got a couple teams dominating the peloton at the moment. That's going to make it a lot tougher. With the possible exception that those couple riders that they are riding for take 1, 2, and maybe I can fight for 3rd, right? We're still hoping that's the case.
This climb features some dreadful percentages.
Crater still in good shape. That's the other leader on the day. Wow, that was a bit of an acceleration right there.
Holy cow, that
Split the peloton. We lost 13 riders. Still have 24 kilometers to go. I'm glad that I'm fresh. A lot of the riders around me are certainly not. But we've only pulled back 10 seconds on those 14 at the front. It's going to be a difficult catch at this point because there's really just not that many riders left around.
Their front group is disorganized, and some riders are exploiting this opportunity to attack.
20k now. And we just lost a rider out the back. Big group behind coming together, and Lewis is among them. However, Lewis is now pretty much done, just as Van Empel is pretty much done. 2 riders breaking away, going for the punchy finish, which is actually what they wanted me to do. Credder was trying to attack. He was among them. I think I might need to attack on one of these laps and go for the breakaway because, for one thing, the 14 at the front, we haven't come back at them at all. I mean, it's 45 seconds. We've pulled back, what, 20 seconds in the last 14 kilometers? And we now have about 14 kilometers left. So, at that rate, we would not catch those guys before the line. The 2 riders who rode off the front have already caught up to them. I'm waiting for an opportunity to myself get away. Del Grosso, fortunately, is chasing pretty hard. He's working for me now as Van Empel's gone. And Crater was gone. Crater was trying to attack. That did not work out too well for him. Alright, 10k to go, and I think we're coming up on our opportunity to do something. Yeah, right here. Alright, we've made contact with the brakes, so that's good. And things have split off. This is not the time to attack right now, though. But we're going to look for an opportunity to go here early and see if we can't get a breakaway victory. Seems to be the team mentality for this one. So just 28 left. And here we go, down to the final 6 kilometers. Now 5k to go.
Entering the last 5 kilometers of the stage.
I've got a shot based on the energy. Even though I have this Midas 8 stamina and resistance. 3.5k to go. There's a little hill here, isn't there? No. Just holding position. There's an attack.
Again, an attack is launched. The group has to break apart.
Springers. Kittich. And recovering for the finish. It's just the 3 of us. This is the front of the field. 1k to go. It's back together. It's back together. 700 meters. Come on now. Come on now. Where's the sprint? I never sprinted. This will be a top 5 though. Or will it? I'm sitting in 6th right now.
He really had to fight for
oh, come on. Come on. Get ahead of Springers. Get ahead of Springers. No! Damn. That was so close. I had no red bar. Did you see that I went like 50 meters and my red bar went from full to empty in like 50 meters? That's a 60 resistance.
It's a bit of a knock for the morale.
You know what? If I had a 0 race day condition, I would have won that race. I easily could have won that race if I had even just a 0 race day condition, because I had plenty of energy left. I wasn't tired. I was easily keeping pace. My flat rating solid. That pace wasn't so bad for me. The climbing, even though my ratings are good, climbing was easy enough, and the 69 hill rating, like, just a net 0. And that race would have been a victory. But when I tried to go, that red bar just gone in 1 second. Still took 6th. Team wanted me 5th. So they aren't going to be too pleased. I should have some points. And it is 6th. It is a top 10. It should be worth something, right? We'll find out. 6 points. 6 points for 6th. Yeah, I'll take it. Alright, so we're at Bruges to, I think it's Dupont. And I have puncher assignment, so I've got leadership. I've got 3 riders working for me, so I've got half the team. This is awesome for me. This is a real chance. Now, unfortunately, unlike the last race, well, okay, let's go with fortunate. Unlike the last race, I don't have a -5. I do have a 0 race day condition. But, unfortunately, that's still lower than what it should be. I should have a +2 because I have started my race day fitness peak. Sorry, I am at such a loss for words today. Like I said, it's been a long day and a few days here, so it'll happen. Anyway, 150 in the peloton, 4 off the front, still working out the kinks of what the breakaway is going to look like, but it does appear that it is those 4 now. Yes, the field has sat up, so we're out to 3 minutes. We hit our first cobbled section. Cobble ratings definitely not there. I'm a good barradour according to rankings, but I am not great on the cobbles. In fact, that is my weakest attribute now, a 65. And I think that's actually what I'm supposed to be leveling up to improve, is my Northern Classics rating, not my time trial. My time trial is a 68-70. My Classics is just about maxed out already, so we are going to have to invest in some potential points there, because it's now equal on lowest with my recovery, and I have to invest in those 2 next. Alright, well anyway, objective, just puncher, leader. No real objective. Why? Because this is my first career World Tour race. Not a major one. It's definitely one of the minors on the World Tour calendar, but I'm up against the World Tour riders, not just a few, but a whole bevy of them. Favorite for today, it's Michael Matthews, so it's not exactly the strongest around. But these cobbled sections are very, very minor. This is really just a sprint race, and with some team support and with an okay race day condition, I might be able to squeeze out a top 10, but I wouldn't put all my eggs in that basket. Top 15 or 20 though, definitely. We'll see if we can do better than that. Speed things along for now. The worst section is upcoming. We've got an uphill cobbled section, and really it's just about the only hill on the day. We'll slow down briefly for that. Here we go, 3 stars, 800 meters, and uphill.
One thing's for sure when it comes to cobbled sections, there will always be a fight at the front as the riders enter. It's vital to be at the front to avoid
Definitely
falls or
doing some
breaks in the
damage to
middle.
me.
This climb features some dreadful
And I go from the front
percentages.
to the
Puncher
middle,
rider. There's
but I
so
got
much
through it
you
just
can't keep
fine.
up. There are gaps beginning to appear at the rear.
Peloton should come back together after a section like that this far from the finish. But with that done and dusted behind me, nothing for a while, and I doubt that it's going to be that bad when we get there, which means I should still be in good shape towards the end of this race. If nothing happens for the next little while, I'm going to go ahead and use a time lapse to push to the final kilometers of the stage. Alright, so we've hit the final 20 kilometers now, and we're starting to see the field actually fall apart a bit. We're seeing a lot of hefty attacks, a lot of tempo out there, and I've got just Mobek, who's actually done. They've got nothing left. I'm going to go ahead and use my first Transcend to try to keep them here.
Are entering the last 15 kilometers of the stage.
There's 30 of us chasing a single rider at the moment. This does not look like a puncher getting away and hanging on. This looks like a small group finish with a sprint. There is a slight hill near the end.
Some energy to get back into the pack. That's another rider with a flat tire. The road is really treacherous.
Who is it that's gone away? Oh, Thomas again. That's really probably what I should be trying to do, but with 10k to go, you can see the pace is just much too much. The field sat up a little bit here, which is allowing Degent to get further away. I'm seeing the next little acceleration, and with 9k to go, I'm half tempted to try to join him. Case Bull is going. No, he sits up. Alright, we've gained separation. Can I make contact with Degent? It's 6k to go. It's time to use that gel. I'm 10 seconds away. And no, we're back in the group. We're back in the group. That did not work. We tried to be a puncher. Wonder if Degent can hang on. Gel kicks in. 3k to go. Red bar's recovered a bit. 2.9k. 2 kilometers. This is a really good time to try to attack. Little uphill right before the finish. We're going to push right past those guys.
The final sprint is off. Who's going to be the first to the line today?
And we're 30 seconds away. Can we get our win? Are you kidding me? First win of the year?
He got the better
I just won a World Tour race.
to win this race.
Tim de Klerk and I had the right idea, as did Thomas Degent. 3-man solo. Bosenhagen wins the sprint, but the sprint only heads up for 4th place. The field was exhausted.
This difficult race.
We gotta win. I just won not only a race, first race of this season. We had 2 in season 1. We had 4 wins season 2. I believe one of those 4 was dual victory in that it was stage win and race win. So really it was only 3 actual cross the line first scenarios. We get our first win of this year in March, late March. But I do it in a World Tour race. That's got to build my profile a little bit. Yes, it's a minor race, but are you kidding me? I just won a World Tour race. In this instance, it came down to that 77 flat rating, finally doing me a little bit of good.
Now for the race highlights.
It's not a very good highlight when 90% of your camera is covered. That's not 90% though, is it? Nice. I thought I was doing myself a disservice, but I was like, screw it, let's go for it. Might as well give it a try and do something, right? The team had no expectations. Let's be aggressive. Try to make something happen. I was already looking at a good finish. So, first race finished in World Tour, 20 points. First top 10, 5, 3, and win. 200 points. Now that's bonus, right? That's not even counting the team. Can I get team evaluation? Will that put me over 300, or is that it? No, first in the race, plus 33. So that's 93 points for that race. Plus manager satisfaction gets maxed out. There we go. We level up just like that from nowhere. Next level, I get access to the final race. I should be at that competitive point. I'm not. By the way, we've played this one out. Progression of attributes. I could actually gain a cobblestone. Point today. What does this do? I have to look now. It makes it the lowest, but because it goes up, and I get 2 recovery points, I'm tempted to take it and wait until next time. So what does it do for me? Mountain +1, time trial +1, prologue goes over plus 70. I mean, it's at 70 now, but there's that 1 cobble point that keeps me in the game of gaining the lowest. Sprint goes +1. I like that at a 70. Nothing for acceleration though. Downhill goes +1. And that's good because that's my most useful attribute right now. Stamina +2. Love that. Resistance +1. Recovery +2. So +2s in stamina and recovery is huge. Stamina going over 70 is huge. Getting sprint to 70, I mean, that's pretty big. That's pretty major. What else is out there? Okay, climbers just -1 comparatively. The time trial does come with a cobble point. But is not helpful otherwise. Sprinter is definitely not helpful right now. Puncher's not helpful. I could get 3 points in the cobble rating, which would be pretty massive. I still get that +2 stamina. I still get a +1 resistance. I still get that recovery point, not 2 points, but I get a point. It's not like I'm going to be competing for a stage race anytime soon. So this actually might be okay. And I'm picking up my lowest from a 65 to a 68. It makes recovery the lowest. And then mountain the next lowest, and acceleration. So I'd go back to stage racer on the next upgrade. But because cobble would no longer be the lowest, I won't have to level up the potential on that for quite some time. Buying me a little more time to develop things that are useful to me. I do like that mountain point though. If I do this one, I'm forced to go classics next time. Okay, I've got to make the comparison. What happens if we go classics now? It's going to go one place and one place only. +5. You know what? I've been putting this off. I have put this off for a long time. I can't put this off any longer. I really can't. It is just atrocious how bad that is. I've got to get that +5 in there. I said I was going to do it. I'm going to do it. There it is. All right. Potential's up. Yeah. Wow. Okay. We got a win. We got a win. We have a skill point. Let's take care of that last one. There you go. Achievement for it too. Race branch. Done. We'll be able to move into other categories that matter next time. Networking, willpower, probably the next ones. Maybe charisma for extra points down the road. Not worried about discovery. There's a lot of riders I don't know, but it doesn't mean anything to me at this level. Training's not an issue either. So, yeah, probably going into these 3 next. Okay. No World Tour points for that, but that win got me 300 World Tour points. So, no Continental points for that is what I meant to say. I only have 210 Continental points. I have 300 World Tour points. Oh, nice. Super Prestige, though, 12th. Up from 32nd. 12th place now after that. That's awesome. That is pretty awesome. I'm excited. And I have more World Tour races coming. That does it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to smash that like button. And I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. And bye for now.